Be called to order, 6:02, council meeting Tuesday, April the 8th, 2025. If you'd stand with me, I'd like to open with prayer, and then we'll have the pledge to the flag. Father, we just want to thank you for another day of life that you blessed us with today. I pray that, especially for the families that were involved in the accident this morning, Lord, I pray that you would touch their bodies, Lord. I know they were in a bad way when they left here, and we know you're our creator, Lord. You know just exactly what to do to make them whole again and to bring that healing to pass. And we just ask that you would do that. We pray for their families as they go through this trial with them. Lord, you comfort them, let them know you're with them. I pray for this community. I just pray that we'll all be a little more cautious of our driving habits and things that we can do to make sure something like this doesn't happen again, Lord. Also want to pray for our council members tonight, myself, our attorney, our administrators, that we will make wise decisions that would be the best thing for people in our community tonight. We don't take our positions lightly. We ask that you would give us the same mind and hearts and purpose for being here, and that we wouldn't do anything for ourselves, but for those that we've been put in place to serve, Lord. So I ask it in the name of Jesus, and amen. Amen. Pledge of allegiance, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You may be seated. If you haven't done so already, if you can silence your cell phones, that'd be appreciated. Madam Clerk, would you do the roll call, please?
Yes, sir. Councilwoman Artis. Councilwoman Catlin.
Here.
Councilman French. Is absent. Councilman Holbrook.
Yeah.
Councilman Joe.
Here.
Councilman Newland.
Here.
All right. We do have a quorum. And our first item on our agenda tonight is citizen requests. If we have any citizens that have a specific request or something we need to be made aware of, this is the time to step up to the podium and let us know. All right. Looks like we don't have any tonight. We must be doing everything right. Sarcasm is one of my attributes. We need to approve the minutes from our last meeting, so if the council would look over those, I need a motion and a second to approve those.
I make a motion, we accept the minutes from the last meeting.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Councilman Holbrook makes the motion. Councilwoman Catlin seconds. Roll call, please.
Councilman Holbrook.
Yes.
Councilwoman Catlin.
Yes.
Councilwoman Artis.
Yes.
Councilman Joe.
Yes.
Councilman Newland.
Yes.
All right, the bills are next on the agenda. You've been given that in your packet. So I need a motion and a second to accept the reports on the bills for this month.
Don't let Blitz eat more candy.
Unless you have any questions. Anybody have any questions on the bills?
I make a motion, we pay the bills, the funds allowed.
Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Councilman Holbrook makes the motion. Councilman Joe seconds. Roll call, please.
Councilman Holbrook.
Yes.
Councilman Joe.
Yes.
Councilwoman Artis.
Yes.
Councilwoman Catlin.
Yes.
Councilman Newland.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. And our first report tonight will be from the Public Works Department. Mr. Pete Cochran. Yeah. Once you fall asleep over it, it's good.
Notice I got 2 pages this time. Located a known unmarked flushing valve on Andrews Street. Update our map system with it.
How many more than you reckon we have? How many more than you reckon we have
Oh, my
around?
goodness. Bunch of them. All kinds of dead end valves for it, it's flushing valve. Installed a 2-inch tap for the construction here for the roofs. Purchased stock new city utility truck equipped with hydraulic crane. Started a weekly housekeeping schedule with DC work release. Picked up multiple truckloads of trash from city roadways. Researched mapping for how long subdivision sewer line. Sowed grass seed and on leaf cleanup on Bryan Drive. Constructed new file cabinets for police department. Repaired the stop sign on York Circle, York and Winter Drive. Replaced meter bottom of multiple malfunctioning water meters. Shut
Is that
off-
the new ones? The new ones?
Yeah, they, some of them stopped with magnet and some of them got dirty.
Oh, okay.
We sent them back to factory and they made them good.
Warranty, okay, good.
Shut off and reconnect some data logs and routine monthly system maintenance and inspection. Repaired yard on Penny Lane where the tires went off the road during snow removal. Filled in ruts of dirt, sowed grass, seed, and covered with straw. Assisted police department cleaning out their storage room. Blacktop repair on multiple potholes on city roadways. The hot patch out of Ashland and Canova. Started remodel on furnace room, ceiling grid system painted, tile removal painted, and waiting reinstallation. Daily park bathroom inspection and cleaning as needed. Help multiple customers locate leaks on customer-owned lines. First grass cutting of the year for the park, community center, and city building. Started to remodel the front office. The wall has been framed, and other walls have been demoed and are ready to be drywalled. And we completed 200 work orders this time.
All right.
Busy time of year.
Yeah, you want to go over that now? The pictures that I have given you, Dustin's requesting, is an abandoned bridge on Williams Avenue. When they built the Teakwood subdivision, Byers built a new road and left that bridge there, and it has fallen down and collapsed our sewer line. And I think he has the quotes for you.
Did you pass it out?
We
Okay.
priced a contractor which done our other sewer job over here, which was an excellent job they done.
The Southern Ohio trenching.
No, that's
Wolf
Brandon Wolf,
Wolf Contracting.
Alabama. They have to go in and rebuild that with an 8-inch casing and spacers and put columns under the hole. And of course, the bridge removal, the concrete, I don't know what they did with steel beams, they have to haul them off ourselves, but there's concrete, steel beams in it. And so there's no line of the creek bank there where it's washing out with the concrete, which would be good.
Now, will those pillars that hold the line up be concrete too?
Yes.
Okay. So it's a pretty big job,
Yes, it is.
heavy job, dirty job, tough location.
Well, several years back, we had to do backhoes. I tried to get it out of two backhoes, but
Yeah.
it's heavy.
Yeah, I'd say it was
It's got 12 inches concrete.
heavy enough to carry vehicles,
Yeah.
more than a backhoe can do. So everybody has seen the quote here. These are the same people that did our work over on was it Highland or Highland Avenue?
Calvin.
Howland, okay, yeah. You did a fine job, did good cleanup and everything, so I'd like to get a motion and a second tonight.
So didn't this go to open bid?
No,
How can we do that? How can we
Well-
not go to an open bid on
Anything
needing work done?
Anything under 47,000 can be
and it's
non-bid.
something we gotta get,
47,000?
and it's gotta be something we gotta get done as soon as we can, so it didn't, and since they'd already done such a good job on that other thing, we just thought, go ahead and hire them to do that. If you guys are okay with it.
Are they not taking away the concrete?
No, they're
Is
gonna
there
put it
just?
against the creek bank where it's washed out because of the bridge.
So they're using that.
Yeah, we're gonna use that, yeah.
Hold the bank on.
Yeah.
That's gotta be fixed.
And according to Pete and Dustin that deals with these things all the time, this is a pretty good price for what they have to do. So my recommendation is that you guys approve it and we can get that done before it becomes a bigger problem.
How many foot of sewer line is it?
I didn't measure, I'm gonna guess,
It says 60 here.
60 foot.
they're gonna do
That's
60.
what it says on the,
Okay, I didn't see it.
Yeah, it's on the estimate.
That's probably best what they do, the sewer line itself. The casing probably 25, 30 foot, I'd say.
It's gotta be fixed.
So does anybody want to make a motion that we accept this quote?
if they do break existing steel sewer main here, they're gonna repair it,
It's
and
broke.
that's,
It's already broke, it's gonna be replaced.
One picture shows all the way down to the water.
it says possibility of breaking the existing steel sewer main when removing the old bridge.
That's rotten. Rusty.
I'm just curious what this note is. What does that mean? It says possibility of breaking the existing steel sewer main when removing old bridge can be repaired by Wolf's Contracting for amount quoted, or city can repair themselves.
Yeah, it wasn't broken. They looked at it, it was bugged down. When they give us the quote on it.
It will be broke when they start moving it.
So them fixing it is included in this price.
Yes, yes.
That includes an 8-inch casing and the sleeves for it, and installment, and put columns under it to hold it.
It looks like we have no choice.
How soon can they do it?
I don't know, I haven't asked.
They move fairly quickly. We probably get them in maybe next week.
Last thing we want is sewer running in the creek. They only got EPA
Yeah,
violations.
EPA, you gotta do with EPA.
Be in big trouble then.
You don't have
I'm
to get
not-
on Hannah's property to do this, will you?
Oh, I'm sorry.
No,
This is
I-
Ask a question,
Sure.
where will the funding come from?
We have money in reserves already, yeah. We don't have to raise it or anything.
I'm motion to go through with this quote, do this work.
I'll second.
Okay, Councilman, what is your last name? I'm sorry. Newland. I'm sorry. Newland. And seconded by Councilman Holbrook. Roll call, please.
Yes, sir. Councilman Newland,
Yes.
Councilman Holbrook,
Yes.
Councilwoman Artis,
Yes.
Councilwoman Catlin,
Yes.
and Councilman Joe.
Yes.
Byron lives next to me. I just know him as Byron's. All right, you got anything else? Pete?
That's it.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, we did, just want to make you aware of the council. There is a sewage leak over here on
Yeah,
Chin
that's why I'm
Street.
saying we have to fix it.
Yeah,
We
okay,
can fix it ourselves.
okay.
Gotta let the water go down, and we will.
All right, I just wanted the council to know we're on that too, so. Next item of business tonight is our fire department report from Chief Howe.
Summary for March, 5 meetings, 5 Mondays in March, 9 calls for the month. So we assisted EMS 2 runs, had 3 brush fires, 2 mutual aid standbys for other departments, and 1 smoke in a building at the daycare, Head Start, and we had a power pole fire at the railroad property. Good month for us. We placed a new engine in service, and I think everyone of you guys were there. We appreciate that. Still continuing to outfit it, get it going. It's responded on probably every one of them runs in March, and so far almost every one we've had in April. We've provided, there a couple weeks ago, provided some manpower coverage for Grayson Fire Department. They had a member pass away. So we sent 2 guys out, 2 different occasions to provide standby coverage for them for probably 18, 20 hours in total. they were very appreciative of that. We'll be out and about more in the community. The weather getting better. Y'all probably see the trucks out a lot more. People in the community. We've got a couple events we've got on the schedule to go to school. I think the first one's next Monday for preschool registration. So we'll be out there supporting that. And we're still working in the firehouse, doing a little bit of remodel work. We're about done with our tool room. I think once we wrap it up, we should be pretty well done with everything we want to do so far. And we're still working to buy some equipment and tools for the new engine and revamping on our mini pumper rescue truck. Other than that, I'd like to ask the council if y'all would consider if I start submitting my payroll sheet first of the month, if that would be okay, and I'll still provide the payroll sheet at the meeting, but if I could present that and get checks, if it wasn't a problem before.
Instead of waiting for the council.
Instead of waiting
meeting.
for the council.
Yeah,
If everyone's okay with that.
does that vary so much?
I don't have a problem with it.
Anybody opposed to that? Okay, do we need to make it?
That's a software.
All right, we'll start doing that.
Other than that, payroll sheet and activity sheets attached to the report I gave you all. And that's all I have.
All right, Chief, I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
I make a motion, we pay the firemen.
Accept the payroll. Okay. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay. Councilman Holbrook makes the motion, seconded by Councilman. Roll call, please.
Councilman Holbrook,
Yes.
Councilman Newland,
Yes.
Councilwoman Artis,
Yes.
Councilwoman Catlin, and Councilman Joe.
Yes.
Next order of business tonight is the Police Department report with Lieutenant Chadwick Spence.
All right, so on the papers I gave you, I got the months labeled wrong, but for March.
Okay, I was looking for it.
We did a total of 262 calls, which is down by 11% from 2024. 26 which were alcohol related, which puts us at 9.9%. Other than that, the project with cleaning and moving the evidence room, that's still ongoing. We've almost got it done. We've got almost everything cleaned up, and now we're more in the organizing phase of that. The decommissioning of Fade, the last task we have is we are going to have an auctioneer auction the last bit of the furniture and such off, which will then split the funds from that with us and Russell.
Now, do we have to surplus them items?
I'm not sure on that. I'll check and see.
Russell may have to too, you know.
Yeah.
The state board will have to separate.
Yeah, it'll be under the Fade Board's directive. The council doesn't control Fade.
All right. Other than that, both candidates that we have been sending through POPs for new hires, both of them did pass phase 1, and they're both in phase 2 now, which should take place on April 22nd. The 4 new Durangos, we're actually going to go, as of right now, we're scheduled to go hit those up next week on Wednesday.
Wow,
So
that quick, huh?
3 of them are done, and the 4th is being finished up right now. So
Now they're already striped and everything?
they
or-
will already be strong,
Wow,
ready to go when they get here.
good deal.
The only other thing I had would be if we can go to executive session later for personal matters.
Okay, we'll do that later. Thank you.
That question, just a curiosity. Why separate out alcohol calls? What does that do?
So with alcohol licensing, we have to maintain a certain percentage of calls for that, which I believe is 7%.
Which is weird that they do it that
To
way.
maintain our status as an ABC, like I'm our ABC administrators, we have to prove that there is a need and everything like that.
Okay.
So that's why we monitor.
Because if we don't have it, then we actually can't run taxes on it.
And forgive me for not asking if you guys have any questions. I'm
That's Bramble.
bad to assume things, I guess, so we'll just jump in there if you need to. And next is Mr. Dustin Burchett, our city administrator's report.
Oh, shoot.
Good evening, good afternoon. First, again, let me say our first responders did an excellent job this morning on that near fatality at Caroline Road and US 23. It is an issue that we've been attempting to address since I've been here. I was on the phone at the site with our state rep, Aaron Thompson, our state senator, Robin Webb. We've been trying for many years to get a stoplight there,
Yes.
and it has been an uphill battle. Mayor Wilson actually joined several mayors and myself in Frankfurt in December with the transportation cabinet. We requested it again then and did not receive news that we were happy about. We were told that there's not high enough traffic count. One issue that we continue to push is, especially if SOMC coming in, it's going to be a very large facility. It's going to increase traffic there.
It looks like the traffic from the school would be enough.
You think it would be?
One of the things that we were told is they take a period of time from this time to this time and they measure how much traffic comes through there during those
Well,
hours.
there needs to be that 350.
So if it's not happening during ball games or school hours, then they say there's not enough traffic to warrant putting the money into a traffic light here. So,
But we're not going to stop fighting that.
no.
We're going to keep pushing. I know our state reps, he's new, but he's on it now.
Yeah.
Our state senator's on it.
There's been some really
There's
bad.
no lack of bad accidents.
As I said, there's accidents there all the time. There's been
That
some bad
was,
ones.
yeah, of course, Mayor Hurley's also our public safety director. He was part of these meetings. That was one thing we stressed from the public safety side is, yes, our traffic counts might not be extremely high as a Lexington or somewhere, but the amount of high impact, violent
Right.
accidents there is tremendous.
Their answer was they put turning lanes in.
Yeah,
Turn.
last year. 'Cause I get one every year because I'm on this every year trying. But our guys did an excellent job. We had a great response from the fire department. We had a great response working with the fellow agencies, the ambulance authority.
Excuse me, but could the school even?
They are working with us,
They're
pushing
working with
this.
them? Okay.
And
Yeah,
they
they're
have for a
trying to.
while, but right now we just are not getting the threshold.
Would it be possible to turn it into a school zone?
We've tried that.
Oh, really?
We've tried multiple different ways and avenues as a school district. Even on the study day, we even sent out a message to all our teachers and everybody to circle almost in parade mode over the things. And we drove
Increase
over
the
those
numbers.
things, I did it 25 times myself, so.
Okay.
We try, we use buses as excuses, because our bus don't even fit in the middle and it crosses Caroline, so.
Take us to the close.
So we've tried everything we can.
It's,
And I've been down there as city council and school. I don't know, Grant County High School has the same problem with their intersection.
there's this, yeah.
So they just don't want to give us those red lights. They don't want to slow more traffic down on 23. I tell them go slow, guys.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
Then we have people jumping off. Them people
So
are jumping
it's,
off.
we're working on it. I mean, it's not an answer and it doesn't bring any comfort to everyone that was involved today. But it's something we have been constantly fighting. Like I said, we were just in Frankfurt in December in the transportation cabinet's office, asking for this again, along with the rest of Greenup County. It's just not us. It's the school district. Everyone has been beating this.
It's sad.
So you see anyone that's an elected official, let them know. Let them know we need it. But like I said, take comfort in, we had a great response again. And that's one thing that we've done really well and we showed out again today. From there, I'll lighten the mood with good news. As you can tell, we're getting some progress with the roost. It's coming along really well. That's exciting news. SOMC, hopefully we'll be done with their architect phase in the next little bit, and we'll hopefully be able to start showing you guys some concepts that are finalized. Everything that I've seen, though, it's going to be an impressive facility. It's going to be something we're all going to be very proud of. Speaking of that as well, I completed the annexation paperwork with the Secretary of State's office. That's currently being processed by them. Once that's finalized, we'll go on with the next steps.
What's the timeline for when that's supposed to start? Or is
Well, they were
anything
doing-
set? Like when's it gonna? Is there a projected bid date?
I would like to say, from talking with them, probably in the next couple of months. They had their team in there getting soil samples, testing the weight density on the land at this time and this past week. They're getting closer. They had several different designs that they were going through. And that's also part of our work with the transportation cabinet. We're trying to get right-hand turn lanes put in there, entering Legion Drive and exiting Legion Drive. They did agree to that. So we're hoping that will start probably in the first quarter of the next budget for them as well. That was from my last meeting with them.
Unfortunately, they don't like to do preventive work as much as they do after the fact. So they want to see what kind of traffic we get over there.
Yeah, that was a hang up. And from every design I've seen, we're going to expect an increase in traffic there. I mean, it's going to be a nice facility. So those are good things going on for us. You've, of course, overheard a little bit of the stuff we've dealt with the infrastructure. We handled the storms pretty well. It's been busy. We've been extremely busy. And I would, unless Reagan feels differently, I will go over these things I gave you here because this is just our employee handbook. I don't believe this is anything we need executive. These are just some of the updates I need you all to agree to when we update the handbook. After speaking with our department heads, the first page should be in 24 that I have highlighted. It says the employee shall not vape or smoke in any city vehicles. This includes but is not limited to all trucks, SUVs, cars, heavy equipment, and fire apparatuses. That is obviously because we just purchased a brand new fire truck. We just purchased 5 new vehicles. Kind of a common practice. Now, some of our older vehicles, we do have employees that have obviously vaped and smoked in them before. If you want to get an exception for that, that's up to you all. That's just not anything new that we have. We want to make sure these vehicles are being taken care of, obviously. That's the first thing. The next page, 44, if you notice, we just increased the meals reimbursement just a little bit. Obviously, inflation, everything costs more. We just want to make sure when people are in training or out of town that they have enough to cover the cost of their meals. It was a little bit lower. Page 56 will be the next one. Now, this has been a discussion we've had. The amount of sick leave can not exceed 640 hours. Right now, it was set at over 1,000 hours before it got capped. The caveat with this is, right now, anyone that's over that currently will be grandfathered in unless you all have objection to that. And we only have, I believe, 2 individuals grandfathered in.
Well, once they're there, you can't take away from them.
Yeah.
Yes, I only have 2, actually 1 currently over that 600 and on the 6. So if that's fine, that person will be grandfathered in. Page 54 is more of just clarity on the vacation or paid time off. Also on the holidays, you notice Columbus Day is no longer on there. It's something we found that we were the only local government that was observing it in the county. So
Yeah, we had to add Juneteenth, didn't we?
Yes, we had at Juneteenth and actually make it on Juneteenth. We noticed that it's actually being observed on Juneteenth. So, and the highlight part is more clarity on when the employee receives their vacation. Your city clerk will put it in on their anniversary date. She physically will put it in the QuickBooks formula. And the final page is the total PTO when it comes to years. I know we had a deep discussion about this. It was extremely out of whack last time. If you notice, an employee has to work here a year first before they get their first week vacation, so their first anniversary. They now max out after 21 years at 6 weeks. Before we were maxing out at over 9 weeks. Again, anyone that's currently over this is grandfathered in. That only actually affects right now 2 employees. So unless you all have any issue with keeping everyone grandfathered in, that doesn't affect anyone. The max carryover is 8 weeks or 320 hours. Again, it only affects a couple of individuals right now. And so everyone would be more or less grandfathered in. But this is just to get that a little bit under control. It was.
It's very generous.
Yeah, it's generous, no doubt.
Yeah.
But it was exorbitant. I mean, it was bad.
The key is we thought this was the most fair way, and privately, if anyone wants to see where everyone's at, I'll show it to them. Obviously, I'm not going to go over it in public unless we're in executive. So I just need a motion and a second to approve these changes to the handbook. And then within the next week or so, we'll make sure every employee knows of them.
I'll make a motion to accept the changes in the handbook.
What'd you say, Carlos?
I'll make a motion to accept the changes in the handbook.
Is there any more questions first?
I just had a question. Can they use the carryover to buy out for retirement as they get closer? If they carry over 8 weeks of vacation, ends up being 16 weeks and they're a year away from retiring, can they use that to buy time for?
Yes, it's fine to allow it to buy.
Okay.
Got a motion by Councilman Holbrook to accept the changes.
Second.
Second by Councilman Joe. Roll call, please.
Councilman Holbrook.
Yes.
Councilman Joe.
Yes.
Councilwoman Artis.
Yes.
Councilwoman Catlin.
Yes.
Councilman Newland.
Yes.
I don't have much more. I do want to thank everyone for their patience with the potholes. I know it's pothole season. Steve, Jeremy, how many trips though did we make on trucks so far? Yeah, I mean it's better when we can wait and use hot patch. So a lot of people, they want to see us go in there and use this full patch. It just don't last. It don't stay. It's twice, 3 times as much sometimes as a truckload of hot patch. And the hot patch is sticking. And we're still not done fixing potholes. That's a year-round thing. So
It's like doing laundry and dishes. It'll never end.
it's just part of what we do.
Never.
And speaking of paving, we are still scheduled the last week of April, going about April 28th through May 3rd, somewhere in there for Ridge Road to be paved. It will be finalized. That's a $50,000-$60,000 job.
Right.
But we will have that in the just the other
The
half.
half that didn't get paid before.
Yeah, no, the whole road will probably be about 150
Yeah.
or
The other side already got theirs.
175,000. Yeah, it's
It's not cheap, that's for sure.
No, of course, at a later day, we'll discuss, next budget, what roads we're thinking about getting paved. This one will about wipe us out for the fiscal year.
Do you want to go ahead and address this COLA stuff since you're
Standing here?
the ordinance?
Yes, we are adjusting one ordinance. A few years ago, we added a 3% cost of living adjustment for every employee. They get it automatically. At that time, it was put in to go in the first Thursday of January, but that puts it dead center in our fiscal year. So for budgetary purposes, that's what this next ordinance is just to adjust it to come to the first Thursday in July to the new fiscal year. So we can stay on track. Just a little bit of counting, boring.
Easier record keeping and
I believe Councilman Holbrook has our summary performed by our wonderful attorney, Reagan Reed. So Carlos, if he wants to read it off, that's all I believe we need, right, Kathy? First reading.
Whole thing, that's what you're gonna do.
yeah. I'm sorry, Councilman Holbrook, if you read that since you're sponsoring it, that'd be great.
Ordinance number 2025-04. It amends the annual cost of living adjustment for all city employees under the ordinance beginning July the 3rd, 2025, reoccurring every first Thursday in July thereafter. Each employee will receive 3% raise based on their current hourly pay rate. The ordinance ensures continued fair compensation amid rising living costs and includes standard provisions for enforcement, repeal conflicting ordinances, and proper transmission of the ordinance by the city clerk. Now, on the uphill side, the employees get 2 raises this year. They got one in January, get one in July. The downside, they have to wait till the following July.
Do you like that? Did you see how he snuck it in there? So I need a motion to first reading of that ordinance, and I need a second.
I'll make a motion to accept that ordinance.
Okay. Councilman Holbrook makes a motion. Councilwoman Catlin seconds. Can we get a roll call, please?
Councilman Holbrook.
Yes.
Councilwoman Catlin. Councilwoman Artis.
Yes.
Councilman Job.
Yes.
And Councilman Newland.
Yes.
All right, next item on the agenda is council business. I think we got our wires crossed a little bit on this estimate today for the flooring over in the office. We were getting quotes for, and I know you guys already approved the initial money for the improvements over there. We're gonna do the same flooring in this over there as we got in this building. Same pattern, same everything, exact kind, so it'll all match. But we're gonna do this carpet in the office, and then the luxury vinyl tile like we have out here in the foyer where you come in, and then in the break room. So anyway, they were supposed to give us a quote today on all that, and instead we just got the carpet, which is in the office area. I guess he misunderstood. The amount for the carpet is a quote for $4,343.63. That's for the whole thing, and also putting the cove base. That's labor, everything. And then he's going to come back in the morning and give us a quote for the LVT. Now, I'm going to guesstimate that it's probably going to be about the same, maybe less, for those other 2 areas with the luxury vinyl tile, because it's a little more expensive than carpet, but it's more durable. And these do, this here and what's out there has 30-year warranties, commercial warranty. So we shouldn't have to do this for 30 years. I'll probably be gone by then. Anyway, the point being that eats up quite a bit of the budget that was appropriated for the remodeling. I'd like to see if the council could give like maybe another 10,000, up to 10,000 to cover these flooring costs. And then they're also going to epoxy the back part where Susie's office and stuff will be, due to occasional water that comes in there. We don't want to put anything down that's going to come up. So we're going to do like they did in the fire department, epoxy the floor in that part of the place. So Dustin can tell you the sheetrock and all the materials, it's already adding up quick, ain't it?
I think the biggest, getting into it, first, I'm very pleased, and we have to, of course, thank the Green County Detention Center and Jailer Pancake. They've been sending us some really good workers, and we've You know, I believe you came in today, Jackie. We're moving pretty quickly. One thing we ran into, and actually Acting Chief Spence could probably talk to it more than me, is we ran into is we got to replace 2 doors and redo the wiring and everything on that. We got to add one more camera. Could you explain that, why we have to do that, Chad? Wick?
So the extra camera would be to actually look at the countertop so you can see money transactions, all that stuff, just accountability. Also with us blocking in that lobby area, it will also help the girls see when someone's there, just in case you didn't hear the door chime or whatever.
Yeah.
The 2 doors that we'd be adding, I haven't got the quote back yet, but we'll be adding key fob entry to both doors, and they'll both be metal doors. Right now, the one outside door, well, both doors are just wood, so security reasons, the metal doors are going to be far better.
Yeah, I was over there today and the boys were putting, from Green were putting in the window. Well, the old window wasn't even nailed in or supported in.
You don't know what you're going to cover when you start taking stuff.
They said, look at this. And I said, well, that's why we're remodeling it, you know. Yeah, but he said, who did this? Old
And-
people.
Whoever had a hammer in their hand.
Exactly.
And the break room door will be accessible to all employees all the time after this remodel. So everybody can use the break room, police officers on duty, whatever. And then we need a more secure door that leads into the office where the safe and stuff is. So those have to be replaced to accommodate security and stuff. So
You do find some unusual things. I mean, honestly, I'm pleased. I thought it was going to be worse, to be honest with you.
I did too, but it was.
I mean, yeah, finding out that the windows really aren't in there, but I mean, you can just see that was not expected, but
They were just standing there holding it in. I said, well, what are you going to do now?
I mean, wiring were in good shape. I was pleased with that.
even the flooring guys were impressed that the floor was in such good shape under there. They're not going to have to do a bunch of leveling or anything to lay the new stuff. So it's been a nice surprise.
And obviously the goal isn't to spend as much as possible.
Right.
You know, and we probably should have mentioned that when we purchased the previous truck, we were allotted 17.5. And we actually got it for, I believe, 16. Am I correct? Yeah. So we actually got it for cheaper. So.
And like I said, this is just for the carpet price. So those other two areas, I'm not sure how big that one room is, but I would say it'll be close to this or somewhere around that. So if you just want to give a,
Mayor, why would you consider carpet with staying up and not just do the carpet coat like police department might do in the fire department?
what's that now?
No stains or nothing like that, just mop up.
Well, this is for the office area where the girls are walking all day on their feet and stuff. The hard stuff's kind of hard on their feet, backs and knees, stuff like that. This is just going in the office area where they work, where their desks and stuff are. It's also quieter. It helps deal with the not echoing and all that stuff. The traffic areas for the public and the break room will be that 30-year luxury vinyl tile that's easy to clean. And these here are squares. If you have an issue, you take one square up, replace it. And they did give us extra squares for this in here. But it is a 30-year commercial, and it mostly is for sound, to deaden sound and stuff, so it's not so noisy.
We don't talk about floors, don't consider every time it rains, our office floods. The years I've been here, it floods a little bit worse, so it's slowly making its way towards the front.
Where's the water coming from?
The gutters are shot right there, a big ditch.
Well, that's another issue we're looking at too, is to get that fixed for that. And your all's office is the last one. Everything's in there right now.
Yeah.
Getting piled in there till we get the other stuff done,
I
so.
don't see these rainstorms that get worse every year. All
Yeah.
this stuff is just gonna keep
We definitely need to get that fixed, absolutely. 100%. Pete needs to put that on his work order. Take note, Pete.
Where are we at on the initial budget? for that office.
Actually, right now, we've only spent maybe 2,000 or 3,000.
On the sheet rock and stuff?
Yeah.
Sheet rock and everything. What's gonna start getting the money is the
Lumber.
paint and the flooring and that kind of stuff. But I am, I'm only requesting that because our money man here thinks we probably gonna need that to finish the job. And if you guys wanna wait, we can, but it'd be better just to know it's available when it gets to that point. It is being used conservatively, I can tell you that. Dustin and them are doing a great job with it. But
I say.
it's your all's call.
I say we wait,
Okay.
because with what the two prices that you've already said, there's still plenty to go.
Okay.
I concur with Mark.
And if we need to, if something happens, we need to address this before our next council meeting, then we can do it with
Right,
a sign sheet or something.
right.
That work? All right, is everybody good with that?
Yep.
All right, I just wanted to make you aware of it, make sure we had consensus on that, know which way to go. Does anybody have any council business that you'd like to discuss at this point or time? Anything that needs to be brought up? Councilman Holbrook?
The Easter egg hunt, give you an update on it. The 19th of April for City Park. Now, we partnered with the First Assembly of God Church down here on 23. They're gonna bring the grill, do hamburgers, hot dogs, chips and drinks. Don't cost nothing. Gonna do that. They're gonna bring their bunny suit. We'll have an Easter bunny. Yeah, from 1 to 3.
We need donation of plastic eggs and lots of candy.
And candy.
Everybody said we bought it.
And it's a lot of fun. Bring the kids, grandkids.
Okay, so April 19th, you said? All right.
It's a lot of fun.
Where are the donations to be brought?
City building
Yeah, just drop them off in the office.
during operation night.
In the office on that new carpet. We'll clear off a table back there.
We've had several donations. Dennis Branch up
Sorry,
there
boss.
donated a bunch.
Well, they've got some tables.
What's
Smith
that?
Sisters, they donated quite a few. There's some more candy here. So, yeah, donations come in,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know,
We get close.
so we stand the minimum on things like that.
All right, we do need to go into executive session to discuss personnel matter. So I need a motion and a second to do that, and everyone can be excused at that point.
I make a motion, we're going to executive session.
Councilman Holbrook makes a motion.
I'll second it.
There should be no action taken either. It's just a matter of discussion. I will. Have a second.
I'll second.
Bye.
We are back in regular session. No action was taken in executive. I need a motion to adjourn the meeting unless somebody has anything else.
I make a motion, we adjourn.
I'll second.
Councilman Holbrook makes a motion. Councilwoman Artis makes a second. To adjourn, roll call, please.
Councilman Holbrook.
Yes.
Councilwoman Artis.
Yes.
Councilwoman Catlin. Councilman Joe.
Yes.
And Councilman Newland.
Yes.
Meeting adjourned at 7:26. Thank you all so much. Everything.